This is our house that we lived in Del Mar, California, 13738 Nogales Drive in Del Mar. And we were there from 1987 to 1991. And it's a two-story house. And this is upstairs. The living quarters part was upstairs and the bedrooms were downstairs. Kind of unusual. It was a foreclosure property that I bought from Home Savings. And it was about 5 blocks from the ocean. Had an ocean view. That's me right there. I'm catching myself on those kind of mirror reflections back there. This is over the top of the garage right here. And this is being taken by my 8mm camera that was converted to VHS tape, which I'm now playing the tape on a tape recorder on a television, thin screen television. And I got my Sony camera and I'm taking a picture of the television with my Sony camera, digital camera. It's a DSC-P52 Sony digital camera, and I'm recording an MPEG movie. This is the kitchen of the house, and it had the built-in appliances already. It had a wine closet right over there. It's where it had a wine closet. Right there was a wine closet. And in fact, that's showing a picture of the wine closet. Kind of dark right there. You can't quite see it though. Little wine closet. The fireplace. And out the front windows was an ocean view, which was about 5 blocks away from the ocean. Del Mar, California, San Diego area. San Diego, California. And at that time I was a real estate broker, and I sold foreclosure properties for many of the banks. Home Savings, Home Federal, Downey Savings and Loan, Pioneer Mortgage, several other banks as well. Oh, this is really washed out here. I don't know what was going on there. I think I was playing with the lens. I had it way too much open right there. And this is the side, that cement right there on the side. I put that cement in. It's about 6 inches thick. Whoops, really washed out there. Whoops, I gotta temper that down here. And this goes out to the backyard. That's the front yard right there, up on the street. That's street level up there. And there's somebody, I got somebody working out there right now, doing something to the house. A Mexican. I hired Mexican day laborers often. And there was the side of the house right there. We hung hanging begonias, real pretty flowers that we hung there. And so we had flowers on the side, so I had that way too open for too much sunlight, obviously. I should have had it on auto, and it would have just automatically focused in the correct amount of light. I was experimenting with the 8mm camera. And this was taken in 1991, I do believe, 1991. This is a deck. This is bougainvilleas out there in the back on that deck. And there, I closed it up a little bit more for more light. That big picture window there is a window that goes out and views the ocean. There's the Pacific Ocean right there. I took another picture right there. One's a little bit darker now. And that's cement right there, that cement slab. I put that, there was a whole bunch of trees there before. I took down all the trees that were on the side and put that cement slab in there. And Then I had a walkway and a little patio area there, right there then. And then this is the deck that was out and back there. It's just a deck, and put a picnic table there, and would have picnics, bougainvilleas. Whoops, opened that lens up way too much. Too much light. Just washed the picture right out. And this is in the backyard. There was nothing left of the backyard because the deck took up most of the backyard. Boy, did I have that lens open way too much. And I should have just had it on auto, and then it would have been the correct amount of sunlight that came in. So these pictures right here are a little bit too much washed out. And this is looking out the window from upstairs. You could look down, went downhill to the ocean. It's about 5 blocks away from the ocean. And overlooked the top of these houses here. The houses could only go up, I believe, 1 story, so that wouldn't block the view of this house. That big picture windows right there. But I obviously had the lens open way too much. It kind of washes it out. Little deck right there as you went off the master bedroom. Went on that deck right there, and then the stairs went down to the deck down below. A camcorder electronically would have focused this in, but I had an 8mm camera at that time. Bougainvilleas. And this is when I sold a lot of properties. I was a real estate broker in San Diego, and my specialty was foreclosures. And so I had all these different properties, dozens of different properties, foreclosure properties, that I would sell for the banks. And I had hundreds of prospective buyers. Because I collected all of these prospective buyers, I would put them on a mailing list, and I'd mail out to them a list of these properties. So it was a 4-page list, maybe 25 properties per page, so it's about 100 properties I would send out, because it's 4 different colored pages I would send out to, and I would do a massive mail out once a month, about 500 prospective buyers, and I would mail to all these people, and then the next day the phone would just start ringing like mad, because they'd be inquiring on these different properties. And one thing would lead to another. Next thing I know, I would have 6 or 8 escrows going, and just made a regular business out of it. And I would sell properties, houses, all over San Diego County, from all these different banks. I had about a dozen banks that I worked with quite closely, and another couple of dozen banks or mortgage companies that I'd work with, not quite so closely, but on occasion. And that's the windows that were, it was all opened on that side because I had an ocean view. And this is the other side. This is in the front of the house, and this is on the side here, and it's like RV parking. I put our yellow van that we had at that time, 1979 yellow van, we parked it right there, because it could come off the driveway, and I put a little cement slab, corner slab right there in the front yard, so that I could drive up on that cement right there and pull the RV over to the side there. And that's the garage that was in front of the house, and that's that deck that I showed earlier. And those things, those slats would open, and I put those electric lights in right there. They're motion sensor lights, so they would come on when I drive into the driveway. And the garage door is open right now. 137, right there's the numbers, 13738 Nogales Drive.